So I'm really disappointed in Jussie Smollett, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm really disappointed in him. I feel like he fucked up Black History Month, bro. Like, damn. I'm not gonna say yet until he said out his mouth that it was fake and it was staged. I don't want to completely blame him, because, you know, like somebody that I was talking to, they said, like, you know, police in Chicago are racist, so they might probably trying to frame him and make him look like he's a liar. But if he's not, then bro, you up for real. Like, why would you do that? Like, you ain't had to do that. Then you gave Donald Trump immunity to laugh at and shit.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll state it clear. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So, truth. Actor Jussie Smollett faces a felony charge for allegedly filing a false police report. Two things just from that header. Because we've had endless police shootings, and they come back and tell us, well, they couldn't find anything to indict them on. We couldn't indict. We weren't able. There was nothing there to indict. But this is essentially lying. So let's read it. Actor Jussie Smollett faces felony charge for lying. That's what that says in front of you. Faces a felony charge for lying. And it's a felony for lying. Hear this. Yet, the very motherfuckers enforcing law and writing law and all their bitch asses are the definition of deception. How fucking-ronic. I could not let that irony go past us. It's too glaring. It's too glaring. But yet he can be indicted for lying. This is outside of whatever the story is. But forget that. This is about I'm contrasting a principle issue here, everybody. A principle. You understand? Because it's relevant. It's relevant. And in many ways, if you ask me, it's actually even more important than the damn story. All right. Now, I had a weird day, you guys, because I have major insomnia, increasingly. It seems like over the last year and a half. And so this was one of those days I wasn't going to have a whole lot to do, and the weather's bad. So I had some sleep medication that my doctor had prescribed for me, and I slept most of the day. I need you to know that. I slept all damn day. So I mentioned that because when I woke up, the news was on. Yeah. And I thought I heard something about an indictment. So I just went ahead and searched this. This is the most recent thing from CNN reporting, CNN Entertainment. And you remember in the last video that I did on this, I was asking the question why. I also want to say this, you guys. I also prepared a video for you in the wee hours of last night on, and I think I'm going to put this with that. That video is an hour and a half. Now, with this in front of it now, the video's longer. All right, that's why you see the timestamp that you see, because I'm just not going to release them as two separate videos. I'm not doing that now. I'm not. I don't need to, you know, and I don't need to, you know. Anytime I can just consolidate, then I think that's the best thing to do. I mean, I know a lot of people would make it 3 or 4 videos because they're looking for clickbait and all the bullshit. The Jedi is not here for any of that. It's about what I'm communicating. So, damn it, that's why the video is as long as it is. All right. So, I will try to, at the beginning of the video, I will put something up on the screen letting you know, or maybe in the description box down below, I'll let you know where different things start at or something, whatever. God damn it. I'm not doing it. Stop being lazy. There is a thing called a cursor. That means you can just click forward or backwards whenever you want to. Isn't that amazing? They just came out with that yesterday, everybody. It's brand new technology. Never existed on the planet ever before. I just spoke it. Oh my God. I'm not getting into that. All right. I'm here to communicate. So, damn it. Either you watch or you don't. We're moving on. Now, so I was asking the why in the other video, you guys. Because I just don't see a need, or a motive is the word I want to use. I can't come up with a motive for him to do this. You know? Motive. You know what? It was the news, y'all. And I'm gonna see if maybe I can find a clip that I can use, because I'm communicating in real time. So I'm gonna see if I can find a clip that I can use. But they showed the guys, the Nigerian dudes, in the store on HD video.
So we have footage. You tried it, sir.
Why is it that, for any of y'all that ever watch like Dateline and 2020 and stuff like that, how many times have we ever seen where they have video of people going to sort of purchase the shit they're using for a crime? Who shops for a crime? Like, just use the shit you got already. You feel me? And crime is usually spontaneous, so I don't need you shopping for, here's my crime list. Let's see crime list. You see what I'm saying? And then I can't. But I just couldn't come up with motive for this, And I will tell you also that I will be coming out with there's a video that I'm doing on this whole contrasting the African struggle to this LBGT alphabet stuff, because that's a very bone of severe intention, a severe bone of tension with me, because I see it. The writing is on the wall for me, and I don't like it. And so I want to put that shit in context. You understand? And I'm just mentioning that because there is an undertone of that here. He's African, and then also he's alphabet. So, you feel me? So let us see what the status of the situation is now. All right. Empire actor Jussie Smollett faces a felony charge of disorderly conduct for allegedly filing a false report claiming 2 men attacked him last month, a Chicago Police Department spokesman tweeted Wednesday night. Anthony, somebody's name I'm not pronouncing, said charges were approved by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, and detectives will, and quote, detectives will make contact with his legal team to negotiate a reasonable surrender for his arrest, end quote. Listen, this is so fucking rich bullshit right here. First of all, I almost stopped when we read charges were approved. I almost stopped there to say, what we're approving charges now? I almost stopped. Wallahi, I almost stopped and said that, but I just decided to read on. And then now I can't help but stop when it says, detectives, quote, detectives will make contact with his legal team to negotiate a reasonable surrender. You feel me? So, I can't. This is rich people bullshit. Because otherwise it would be Batarams and SWAT teams. You see, like, how does that go? They just call me up and go, Jedi, we just want to negotiate the terms of your surrender. And I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna have to have top and bottom lighting. And if there's a northeasterly wind, I won't be able to come out, and I won't be able to have it. If the sun is in a certain place in the sky, that will clash with my eyes, and I just won't be able to do it. So that just won't work for me. I mean, what is this negotiate a surrender? They just come snatch your ass. Filing a false report is disorderly conduct. Come on. Is it really disorderly? That's a stretch. According to Illinois' code. Code, not law. Because you can have injunctions, and then you have ordinances, and then you have laws, and then you have codes. So this is flimsy. There's some legal things that are jumping out at me, you guys, just in these first couple of sentences that I find troubling. Because the header is a false police report. It seems like they're trying to create a category for a crime. Do you understand what I just said to you? In other words, it seems like there's nothing to title this. You go into Walmart and you take a fucking bag of M&Ms or something and you run out the door. Okay, that's shoplifting. Or nowadays I think they call it retail crime, or something like this bullshit. But this seems to be creating a category, if you will, for a crime. Because the disorderly conduct strikes me as odd. Like, that's the charge. A felony charge of disorderly conduct. That's like you were, disrupting a fucking concert or something, and you were causing people to be trampled or stampeded or some bullshit. And it would lean towards almost being charged for inciting riot. So that was odd to me. Then this whole negotiating a reasonable surrender and the charge being approved, and maybe that's why it had to be approved, because they're like, well, we just pulled this charge out of our ass of how to classify this to make it a crime, and therefore it needs to be approved by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. That was also weird to me. The negotiation of a reasonable surrender, that's also weird to me. And then this, according to Illinois' code. You see? I don't know. It just suggests to me there's no statute, a firm statute that is in place for this. So quick, find out because I tell you, they always create laws out of the air for us. Changing the rules while I'm playing the game. You see. Anyways, according to Illinois code, a class 4 felony is punishable by 1 to 3 years. The code says. Probably gonna, how much of this bullshit is here? All right, we may get into that code, or maybe not, because this is looking a little lengthy. All right, I'll try and move through this expeditiously as I can. No promises. And if we're able to come back and click on that and read the code, we'll do that, because I'm sure I'll probably be able to pull that apart for all the filth that it is. A bail hearing is anticipated at 1:30 p.m. Central Time Thursday, prosecutor said. Smollett's transformation from victim to suspect is in a reported attack that captured national headlines came on the same day that a high-ranking police source said Chicago detectives were working to obtain the actor's financial records. Well, just a second. Wait now. His transformation from victim suspect came on the same day that a high-ranking police source said detectives were working to obtain the actor's financial records. Why do you need his financial records? You know, that's right up there with the early parts of this whole story, everybody. You remember that they were saying he refused to give over his cell phone. Well, I was with him on that. And I don't think I talked about this in my previous video. But I was with him on that because, first of all, I'm nobody. And I wouldn't give over my phone. Your phone records are available through the carrier. You know, they could subpoena that from the phone company. But I'm just not giving you my phone. And especially if I'm Jussie Smollett. He's a international star. And everything is in that phone. You feel me? Any celebrity, I don't really see them just handing over their phone. You know, because police are bullshit. You see, I'm not tricked by the Halloween costume of badge and gun. That means nothing. That's just dressing. So I was with him on that. But this is also, why do you need his financial records? Why do you need his financial records? Why do you need the financial records? That seems misplaced here. A Cook County grand jury met Wednesday, just weeks after the young actor reported being the victim of a hate crime on 29 January. Smollett's attorney released a statement saying, quote, "Like any other citizen, Jussie enjoys the presumption of innocence, particularly when there has been an investigation like this one where information, both true and false, has been repeatedly leaked. Given these circumstances, we intend to conduct a thorough investigation and to mount an aggressive defense." Video appears to show brothers buy items, okay? Two law enforcement sources with knowledge of the investigation have told CNN that police believe Smollett paid two brothers to orchestrate an assault on him. Surveillance video obtained from a Chicago area beauty supply store appears to show the brothers connected to the incident purchasing ski mask, sunglasses, a red hat, and other items the day before the alleged assault on the actor. I want to stop and say this. You know, this is Chicago, everybody. Everybody wears a fucking ski mask. Do you understand? Everybody wears a ski mask. You know, even going back to when I was a child, you know, I had ski masks. Of course, I was trying to be Spider-Man, but it was part of, I didn't know anybody that didn't have a ski mask. It was part of your, you know, your couture. You know, in Chicago, you need you a damn face mask. So I just wanted to interject that. The attack was at night, so I'm not really sure why sunglasses are being worn. And according to Jussie, there was no testimony from him of them wearing sunglasses. Anyways, and there was no red hat, because he said in that interview on ABC when Robin Roberts asked him about, was that Robert, whatever, anyways, asked him about, you know, that you said they were wearing MAGA hats. He goes, no, that's what people are reporting. He said they're reporting that. He goes, they weren't wearing hats. He goes, I didn't say they were wearing MAGA hats. They said this is MAGA country.
I see the attacker masked, and he said, "This MAGA country," punches me right in the face.
On 28 January, video shows two men shopping. They paid in cash. Said the owner, who wishes to not be fucking identified. Like, don't put my name in that. All right. The video was turned over to police on Friday, the owner told CNN. The brothers who were arrested and released in connection with the attack met Tuesday with police and prosecutors at a Chicago courthouse. Police spokesman Tom Ahern said the county's top prosecutor, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox, has recused herself from the investigation, according to a spokeswoman from her office. Why did she recuse herself? Is she friends with Jussie? Does she know somebody? Who's she? Why is she recusing? And the other thing is, why aren't the Nigerian brothers being implicated in this? I mean, it was a staged attack on him, but switch it now. He orchestrated a bank heist, and they bought the they knew it was going to happen, and they bought the car for him, and they bought the bag for him to put the money in, and they bought the ski mask and the gun that he was going to use in the robbery. That's an accessory before and after the fact. Actually, before and during the fact. You see, they're an accessory. So why are they skating free? This is very curious to me also legally. You know, they don't get to just traipse off and go, yeah, we bought the stuff for him and participated in it. You see, I see charges. And then why is this state's attorney, Kim Fox, why is she recusing herself? Hopefully they will tell us this, all right. Gloria Schmidt, the attorney for the brothers, told reporters Wednesday that her clients had not accepted a plea deal of immunity. Okay. Quote, you don't need immunity when you have the truth, she said. Well, just a second. That's fine, Gloria, but they are participants in this. He didn't stage the attack on himself. He staged the attack on himself from them. So she's all bold. You don't need immunity when you have the truth, as if they exposed the whole thing like before it even happened. That's misplaced for me. I can't with her. The brothers were paid by the actor, she said, but the amount is, quote, not fitting the narrative that is out there now, end quote. Well, just tell us the amount then. Because we learned in our other video that it was $3,500. Why is that a secret? You see? And especially after she said, you don't need immunity when you have the truth. So tell the truth about how much they were paid then, bitch. Oh my God, get her. Actor denies role. Smollett's attorney met with Cook County prosecutors earlier in the day, according to Ahern. Smollett told authorities that two men attacked him, putting a rope around his neck and pouring an unknown chemical substance on him. The actor denies playing a role in his attack, according to his attorneys. In a statement before Smollett was named a suspect, 20th Century Fox Television, which produces the series Empire, on which Smollett appears, and Fox Entertainment expressed support for the actor. Quote, Jussie Smollett continues to be a consummate professional on set, and as we have previously stated, he is not being written out of the show, the statement said. A Fox spokesperson has had no comment when reached by CNN on Wednesday. All right, so now they ain't speaking. I don't blame them. And there's nothing for them to say now other than, well, it's some bullshit, so we have to figure out if we're firing him or not. You know? Brothers are cooperating with law enforcement, sources say. And also, you guys, do we think that Empire should fire him? It's a scandal. It's away from work. It's not on his job. You know, we've seen actors and entertainers in the past who've had drug problems and clashes with the law and stuff like that. Do we think this should be the end of his career? I'd like to know that from you guys. I don't know so much. I'm kind of on the fence, really. Excuse me. I don't watch the show, so maybe you have a different feeling if you're somebody that watches the show all the time. And maybe he's your favorite character for all that, for all I know or something. So I'd like to know that from you guys. Do you think he should be ousted from the show? The brothers are cooperating. The two men questioned by police. Okay, I don't think we need to read all this. Were arrested Friday, or were arrested February 13th, but released without charges Friday. They were released without charges. You see what I'm saying? They are accomplices in this. I'm just surprised they're letting them skate. But it also says something else too. It's like their zeal to get Jussie is so heightened that they're like, "Nah, we don't need y'all. We don't even need y'all." And I just don't see a white ass justice system passing up an opportunity to snarl up two dark skinned black men. That seems very like quick. Somebody give me an ice pack type shit. You feel me? In a joint statement issued to CNN affiliate WBBM, the men said, quote, "We are not racist, we are not homophobic, and we are not anti-Trump. We were born and raised in Chicago and are American citizens." And by the way, to the person who was saying, why does people keep calling them Nigerian? They're American. No, bitch, damn you. Like, think before you type. You understand? If your parents are Nigerian, it doesn't matter where they go on the earth to have you. You are Nigerian. You see what I'm saying? Your parents are from Nigeria and they moved to, oh my God, Korea. They give birth to your ass. You are Nigerian. Born in Korea. Done. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, are you serious? Did you really type that? Anyways, released a statement this week saying Smollett's attorney will keep. The police sources said the brothers are cooperating. Okay. Actor told police he was attacked near entrance to a Lowe's hotel. We know that. Scan Smollett. Okay. Actor told detectives the day after. Who? More than a decade ago, Smollett pleaded no contest to providing false information to law enforcement in a 2007 misdemeanor case, according to Frank Somebody, a spokesman for the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office. The case stemmed from a DUI stop in which Jussie gave police the wrong name. Smollett, that was 2007. Jussie also pleaded no contest to driving with a blood alcohol level over the legal limit and driving without a valid driver's license. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation and paid a fine, according to this Frank Somebody. So that's interesting. We didn't know about that. That was from 2007. And I don't have no sympathy for any fucking rich people being caught with, driving under the influence and shit. Fuck you, because your bitch ass could get a limo. You see, or a Lyft or a Uber or some bullshit, like something really fancy and all of it, even if you want it. Like, I just don't see, if I was in their position, well, I wouldn't be doing any drinking or drugging, but I'm just saying, what if I was? Then, if I was one of them ungodly folks, I don't think I'd be doing any driving. I don't really see that. He expressed frustration about not being believed. We know that. Okay, fine. So it's all bad, dude. It's all things bad. Wait, I have to do a crunch. I just don't want to know what the motive is, And oh, by the way, it's curious to me. I want to know how much scrutiny have they done of these brothers, because listen, y'all, we have to put everything on the table. If it's plausible and it makes sense, then it's reasonable. And I suggest, I'm just asking the question, really. I'm saying it would be easy for these two brothers to sit down and concoct a story and say Yeah, he paid us to do it. It doesn't seem like they're being scrutinized at all. They're not even being charged. Excuse me. That's just odd to me. And how horrible would it be if, in fact, Jussie is telling the truth, and then these guys are the ones saying, nah, we did it, but he paid us, though. How does he prove that he didn't pay them and that he didn't ask them to do this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what if, just if, he's telling the truth, like, nah, this really did happen? Because it seems that nobody disputes that something happened. It's just that we have two testimonies going on here. Okay, fine, we'll accept that it happened. Something happened. Forget how severe it was. Were your ribs broken or were they bruised? Were you cut or weren't you cut? Were you hurt or you weren't? That's not really material here in the scenario and the question that I'm posing to you. I'm saying we have one statement to the event saying, yeah, it happened, and I'm an innocent victim. And you have another one saying, yeah, it happened, but then go a step further, and we're the ones who did it. And another step, and he paid us to do it. You know, if you're going to have something like this happen, then it seems like that it would be done in the daylight someplace with a lot of attention. That's not being fulfilled for me. You know, like, it's at night, it's in Chicago, it's 2 a.m., it's fucking snow and ice, it's low, there's no traffic, there's no people out. What is the value in doing it? Because you wouldn't even need to have gone any place. He could have sat in the comfort of his house and just called up and said, yeah, I was attacked. Something still does not add up here, y'all. It does not add up. Something doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I'm not understanding how these brothers are being allowed to be seen as conspirators in this, and as far as from the standpoint of the law enforcement's response to them, the lack of arrest and charging them with something, and it just seems like that he would be in a catch-22. Like, how do you prove that you're telling the truth over them? Because it would be different if they weren't the perpetrators and they were coming out saying, we knew about it, he had told us about it, or he had asked us to do it and we turned it down, but this is the story, blah 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 blah. But you have these guys saying, yeah, we're the ones who did it, he paid us. I want to hear from him. I need to hear him or see him on something saying, this is some bullshit, these guys are lying. I didn't know it was them that attacked me, you know, and I'm just as shocked as anybody because, you know, I knew them from Empire. I don't know, it's just something still. Who else is feeling this? You're the person I really want to hear from. Are you feeling what I'm feeling right now? Are you understanding what I just said? You feel me? Like, are you in that space that I'm in? That's what I'm trying to ask you. You know, like, it does, because it's just something is just not right here. For me, it's not like, okay, that's it, you know, wipe your hands, done. Something still seems amiss. Yeah. So, talk back to me, troops. All right. So, the video after this, I mean, after the video will start right now after this, and it'll be just like a regular, you know, what's up, everybody? This is Jedi, and it'll just be, it's because it's done. It's done. It's just I'm editing this into the front of the video now, as opposed to having to do another video, you know. And the other value in that is because, you know, I'm always trying to think about my viewers that watch everything that I produce. And so I usually try to not have stuff stacked too much that they can't keep up. So this is also more of greater value for those viewers. And then it's all right there in one thing. You feel me? And the next video that I release will be a different topic, and it's something else, and then people can just follow that. So we go on now into the other video on B. Smith's and them, and then I also have some other stuff that I put in that video. All right. So I love you all. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to the recent donors to the GoFundMe. Do click on the link to the GoFundMe in the description box under the video, everybody, and go and donate whatever you can. There's no donation that's too small or too large. If you got 4 quarters, damn it, we're just as happy to receive that as if you had given $400 or $4,000. You see, you don't have to be a big baller and a shot caller. Whatever is in your power, that's what I ask you to give, and I need your help. I'll see you soon. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I've got a few, some pieces that I wanted to share, and I wanted to do this video because I figure I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, I can dispense of this quickly. This first one, we've been talking about the possibility of a reality show for this Dan Gasby traitor, and I just can't come up with enough bad names to call him right now. Like, they're not flowing because there's so many of them. Anyway, this asshole, that'll suffice for now. And we were speculating at first. Then I saw some stuff in the comments. Some of you guys were saying that, yeah, it's, you know, he has been offered a reality show. And so I did some looking around, but everything that I was finding was rumor. It was rumor. And many of the search results were the title was in question form. You know, is Bravo offering this asshole a reality show, etc., etc.? So that put me at least to start pumping my brakes, because I thought, well, this is not there's no, we don't have anything, we have no validity here. You know, there's nothing going on. Then I found this, and this is what we want. Bravo Insider. That's what we want. Bravo Insider responds to reports of B. Smith reality show. Exclusive. All right, now this is from the 15th. All right. And so we're going to look at this and see what it says now, because like I say, this is supposed to be an insider. So it's not the speculative stuff that I was saying. In fact, just to do my due diligence, hopefully I can show you what some of the search results look like so you understand fully what I'm communicating to you. This one I'll show you first, just like in this format, because it demonstrates, because I thought it was gonna be like what the one that we're about to find out what it says, right? And so, but this is the perfect example, because the title here says Bravo Greenlights reality TV show featuring B. Smith's husband and mistress. That's an affirmative statement. That's an affirmative statement. Now this is from the 13th. The one we're going to read is actually from the 15th. But that's that's an affirmative statement. So even if you didn't have time to read it, you've got to get back to your latte and get back to work. You know, you would go back with the impression that, yeah, that's what's going on, until you read the opening sentence of the piece. Bravo Network has reportedly. I didn't need to go any further. I did not need to go any further, because that right there, those 4 words, just nullified this entire header. That's an affirmative statement to a speculative proclamation. Bravo Network has reportedly. I was done. didn't need to look at anything else. All right. But just so you get the feel, you see. But here's what I was seeing. All right. Did Bravo greenlight? You see, did Bravo greenlight? You see, Bravo greenlights reality show featuring B. Smith's husband. All right, that might have been the one we just looked at. Bravo greenlights reality show B. Smith's husband and mistress. Bravo insider responds, haha. So that rumors about upcoming Bravo reality show with B. Smith. B. Smith's husband Dan Gasby faces son. Okay, right. And glad I just saw this right now because one of you guys mentioned in the comments this dude. I recognize his name now because of somebody typing it in the comments. And so I didn't know I couldn't think of his name. I don't know if I really ever knew it. But I knew I'd seen that dude that was sitting next to the white whore when they went on The View. And they were showing the whore in the audience speaking this thing that Dan has as his girlfriend now, this pinche caballo. All right. So that dude, he was sitting there in a red ass sweater, and somebody said, "Yeah, Jedi, that was Carlos King." And apparently, he's associated with reality shows, so that really upped the specter, So, I want to go back and see now what particularly is this insider saying. All right, and that will be our final word on this, at least for now, until something else develops. All right. No. And I'm disgusted by the picture. Can I add that? I'm disgusted by the picture because think about if you didn't know anything about this case at all. And then just let your imagination run wild of what your perception of that would be. You see? And then think about how absolutely wrong everything that you just allowed yourself to freely go through your mind, how absolutely wrong all of that is. That makes this even more disgusting. Do you understand? Did you feel that? Now, despite, that's our key word, despite media reports that Bravo has greenlit a reality series about lifestyle guru B. Smith and her bitch for a fucking husband and his pinche caballo whore, it's not happening. That's italicized. It's not happening. A high-ranking, we love that, individual with knowledge of Bravo's productions slate exclusively tells Urban Hollywood 411 there is no truth to the stories. Quote, "This is definitely not greenlit at Bravo." End quote. The individual said when asked to comment on reports the network would air the series. All right. On Wednesday, Media Takeout posted an article saying former Real Housewives of Atlanta producer Carlos King, okay, that's him, had signed a production deal with Gadsby and Lerner. But now understanding who he is now, that still raises the eyebrows as high as they can go, because it wasn't like he was just at The View and he was somewhere, sitting in another part of the audience. He was sitting right next to this bitch, like breathing on her neck practically. Huh? Let me show you. God damn it, I can show you better than I can tell you. There he is, right there. That's him, her. So I'm saying, wait, there she is. There's Miss Thing. Alright. Just a second. Can we? Damn it! There he is. That is Carla King. I'm sorry, I'm being told it's Carlos. I'm being told. All right, but there she is. And so it's and they are hugged up. So let us go back to our article, because that's, this is not a coincidence. Like, he's a reality dude and he's right there. Come on, I can't with it. So, so again, it says on Wednesday, Media Takeout posted an article saying former Real Housewives of Atlanta producer Carlos King had signed a production deal with the fucking asshole and the pinche caballo. The article claimed an extremely reliable insider. The article claimed, quote, an extremely reliable insider, end quote, said King was preparing a reality show featuring the controversial pair and Smith, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2013. The story went on to claim Bravo had greenlit the project. King denied the report, telling the Jasmine brand, quote, I normally don't address rumors, but felt the need to put this to rest. I am not producing a reality show for B. Smith's bitch-ass husband, Dan Gasby, and his pinche caballo. King added that, and that, by the way, end quote on that. All right. King added that the rumors started when he attended a taping of The View and sat in the audience next to Lerner. Now, hopefully, well, then he should address that then. All right. When the reports began to gain momentum, Smith's fans were furious and voiced their concern on social media. Already angered by Gasby's social media posts showing B and his new pinche caballo spending time together, fans feared former model and television host Smith would be disrespected again, this time on national television. Well, she's already being and has been disrespected on national television. So that battle has been lost already, sadly. But we still would need some explanation from Carla King as to then why. So he says he never addressed, what did he say? I normally don't address rumors, but felt the need to put this to rest. Yeah, because this is not like any other rumor. Your bitch ass was sitting right there next to her, and as someone who knows something about television, he knew that bright glow in the daytime red ass sweater that he was wearing was not going to be missed by any of humanity. So I'm at this point, as we read on, I suspect that maybe there was some, maybe they were courting, maybe they were in negotiations. They were just sort of flirting with the idea. And that's why he was there. And I would even want to know if, in fact, low-key, there was a camera crew that was there filming. Because why would he be there? Unless you want to tell me he's best friends with Dan, he's best friends with the pinche caballo, then what need would he have to be there? And he's sitting right next to her, who is a scheduled guest. They set her seat aside for her. They knew she was coming with Dan. They designated that for her. You have to position cameras in the studio and everything. So she can't just walk in someplace random. They knew she was going to be there because so they planned that as part of their production. Remember, The View is live. So they planned that as part of their production. The pinche caballo is going to be sitting in this seat. So when they say camera 3, camera 2, whatever, and they cut to her, the shot's already ready. So he's sitting right next to her? Stop it. Listen, I suggest to you, unless we find out something else as we read on, they were either in talks, and maybe there wasn't a camera crew there, that he was there to maybe see how Dan handled himself on national television. Is this, would this be of any value to his production, etc., etc.? That's one scenario. And or there have been talks already, and there was a camera crew there that we don't know about, and that segment on The View would have been part of an upcoming episode of this future reality show. But now, because of all of the dragging that's going on online, us included, we are dragging for filth. So because of the explosion of all this online, and I mentioned in one of my previous pieces on this, I said I think that this Dan individual, in all of his conniving and trying to be in control of everything, I think he didn't think about social media. He may have thought about the big, mainstream outlets and stuff like that, and print media, and how he could handle that. But there was, you don't have no control over social media. And we're coming out of the woodwork. We're coming out of the floors, bitch. That time we just dropped out the chandelier. And so the overwhelming backlash is negative, and they are backing off. So that's why you have suddenly now Carla coming out and saying, no, I normally don't address rumors, but I felt I need to put this one to rest. I'm not producing a reality show for people. Well, then if I'm the questioner, I would have said, so you're not producing, but were you ever producing or even in pre-production on a reality show for this asshole and his pinche caballo? You see? But let us read on. When the reports began to gain momentum, the Smiths fans were furious and voiced their concerns on social media. That's us. Already angered by the asshole social media posts showing B and the pinche caballo spending time together, fans feared former model and television host would be disrespected again, this time on national television. As I said, she's already been disrespected. Fully disrespected. Straight disrespected, as I said about the piece. She's already been straight disrespected. You see what I'm saying? The asshole made headlines last month when he and the pinche caballo sat down for an interview with the Washington Post and revealed his blonde bitch had a bedroom in the Gasby home. Gasby told the Post in the 28 January article that he believes in the sanctity of marriage, but caring for his ailing wife had taken a toll. He added that because of her illness, the woman he married 26 years ago is, quote, not there. You see? Wow. Listen, damn it, I said it. They were in pre-production. Or maybe they had already gone, they were in full production on this. You understand? And there had been a buildup of backlash, but certainly after the appearance on The View, you had a major surge, because as I told you guys, I had been seeing thumbnails and stuff off to the right and people mentioning the name, and I'm like, I don't know who they're talking about. I was over it. I had no idea what was going on. So I told you in that piece, I said you have to multiply me times a certain number, because just like I was coming to it for the first time, and now boom, I got a lot to say about it, and I'm finding out and I'm expressing my backlash and outrage, but all of us represent a mass here on the channel. So you have all of this, and then that's multiplied across all social media. You see what I'm saying? So I think it just got too big. The backlash was just too big, and now it's like, nah, we can't do this. We can't. You see? So that's what I proclaim has gone on. You know, they were in pre-production or either in full production on this, and we have effectively shut that down. So let us all pop our collars simultaneously on 3, 2, 1. Pop your collar. All right. Now, let us move on. All right. This I found out by accident, everybody, because I was actually watching Roland Fat Ass Ascot wearing no neck having ass Martin. God love him. And there was a mention of this. And I thought, well, I can't, there's no way I can just let that go because this is, you know, Sandra Bland was a major story, is a major story, you know? And I also got a chance to see that the documentary that was done. Wow, how did I see that? Where did I see it? I feel like I might have seen it online. All right, don't hold me to that. But anyways, I've seen the documentary, you know, and it just made me even more furious, dude. You know, this statuesque goddess should not be gone. But then what are the odds? Nearly to her anniversary, I'm not sure which one it is, this black man found dead hanging in a cell in the same jail where Sandra Bland died. Huh? Wow. Hopefully they will give us that dates and connection that I'm not able to give you. All right. But this brother's name is Evan Lindell. They're gonna tell us. All right. Parker. That's what his last name is. All right. What are the odds that two different African people would be found dead of hanging in the exact same Texas jail with no explanation, nearly 4 years apart? Yes, it would have been 4 years. All right. How likely is it that two African people would inexplicably commit suicide at the exact same jail and no guards were there to catch it or intervene? I want to stop and say this because one of the so-called, put up your air quotes, everybody, put up your air quotes, one of the so-called victories, all right, air quotes, of the whole resolution legally with the Bland family and Cannon Lambert, their attorney, etc., was that they were supposed to, the jail and the law enforcement community down there had they put measures in place that guaranteed that they would have checking on inmates, there would be better law keeping and all this other bullshit to prevent exactly another Sandra Bland. You see? But as always, if this fork-tongued devil is breathing, they're lying. Hear that. If they are breathing, they're lying. So you don't need to wait for them to say anything. If there's a pulse, they're lying. You see? I mean that. I mean that. And so, of course, it was talk and they didn't keep their damn word. Of course. Come on, you guys. Come on, of course. You see? Now, I'm getting hot because this bullshit I'm seeing over here to the left. I just try and keep your eyes away from it, Jedi. Don't get worked up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Moving on. Hopefully the Texas Rangers, which we know are our best friends, who we have the utmost trust in. You see what I'm saying? Certainly after the whole Amber Geiger bullshit with our king, Botham Shemjon. May he rest in peace, and may Allah be pleased with him and have mercy on his soul. Give him space and light in his grave, and may he not be tortured. Amen. You see? And so we know that the Texas Rangers operate in the highest levels of morality and fairness and law abidingness, and they never do anything wrong, everybody. They don't. You see? They are the closest thing to law enforcement perfection ever seen across all of humanity. And you will trust whatever they tell you. Settle down. All right? Put your hand down. So, we know if the Texas Rangers did anything, it's totally perfect. Like, there's nothing to worry about then. See? Now, hopefully the Texas Rangers will be able to answer that as they investigate the death of 34-year-old Evan Lindell Parker, who was found hanging in his cell 25th January. He was taken to a hospital and died 2 days later, according to whatever. Now, that's interesting because he didn't die in the cell. You see? So I would like to know if family members, anybody got to him, was able to speak at all. You see what I'm saying? Was there any information? You know? Did we glean anything from him before he died? And now I want to find out, because he was 34. I don't remember how old Sandra Bland was. Let's ask the white whore. How old was Sandra Bland when she died?
According to Wikipedia, Sandra Bland was a 28-year-old African-American woman who was found hanged in a jail cell in Waller County, Texas, on July 13, 2015, 3 days after being arrested during a traffic stop.
Okay. July 13, 2015, she was 28. That's fine. He was 34. All right. And I'm sure if I look at the numbers, there's probably going to be a universal connection somewhere. But let us move on. So as they investigate the death of 34-year-old, okay, was found okay, fine, all right. Now, Evan was being held at the Waller County Jail for murder and aggravated assault charges. He was arrested on 10 January and charged with fatally stabbing 64-year-old Harry Parnell and critically injuring 36-year-old Jose Rangel, both of whom worked with him at Horizon Industries in Waller County, according to the Hudson Chronicle. Charged with fatally stabbing the 64-year and a 36-year-old who worked with him. Sounds like somebody pissed this brother off at his job and he was over the shit. You feel me? Like, just he might have just triggered off. But let us go on. The Waller County District Attorney's Office issued the following statement in regards to Parker's death, according to whatever. Right? I guess that's the news. There was an apparent suicide at the Waller County Jail in the early morning hours of 25th January 2019. Upon discovery of the male inmate, he was rushed to the hospital in Houston, where he is alive and being treated for his injuries. This was the initial report. At the request of the Waller County Sheriff, the FBI, and the Texas fucking Rangers have been asked to take the lead in the investigation surrounding the suicide attempt. At this time, there's no information to show that any procedures or guidelines were not followed by the jail staff. Just a second. You see how they immediately rushed to just give them fucking cover? You see? It's like what they always do when they've killed one of us. They say, we don't have any information at this time, and they stonewall you on everything else, but they always make sure that they always say, but there's no indication that the officer did anything wrong in this case. They've always done that, you guys. I've always pointed that out when I've done shooting cases. Wallahi, I'm telling you. So this is that same, it has that same, thing to it. And it just stood out to me right then because it just did. even though this is not a shooting, and it's just a recount of the preliminary report. But that boom, that jumped right out at the Jedi. You see? Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me read it again. There's apparent suicide attempt. He was alive and being treated. He's alive being treated. Period. At request of the Waller County Sheriff and FBI Texas Rangers have been asked to take the lead in the investigation surrounding the suicide attempt. At this time, there is no information to show any procedures or guidelines were not followed. But you just told us that the FBI and the Texas Rangers are coming in. So why are you telling us that? You're already going ahead to a conclusion of an investigation that hasn't even fucking happened yet. This should end with they've been called in to take the lead in the investigation surrounding the suicide attempt. Period. End of damn paragraph. And indeed, there is a period, but they must add this. You see, there's been no investigation at this time that this is written. The guy is still alive. Hear this again. At the time that this orange thing, all this is in orange, at the time this is written, it is a real-time preliminary report after the event. The dude is in the hospital and still alive. No investigation. In fact, they don't even know if there would even need to be an investigation at this point. You understand? So it sounds like they're getting ahead of the game, because if they found him and he was alive and they were getting him to the hospital, then it doesn't seem like it then raises to the level of FBI and Texas Rangers. It seemed like it would still be an in-house type thing. You know, maybe some sort of report. Maybe it goes to the Texas Rangers, but not the FBI. You see? But I want you to understand how they just warp speeded you and into another millennia on this. So that's where it would have been, but no. He's still alive, and they're, boom, all at request of the Waller County Sheriff, the FBI, and the Texas Rangers have been asked to take the lead on the investigation around the suicide attempt. Attempt, because it hasn't happened yet. He wasn't successful. He's still alive. So there's no need for Texas Rangers and FBI, at the very least, only Texas Rangers, period, boom. But no. Because the fork-tongued devil can never fucking hide their stripes, at least not from the Jedi. I smell their stench wherever they exist and breathe. And boom, right after the period. At this time, there's no information to show that any procedures or guidelines were not followed by jail. You see? He's still alive. No investigation has started, and you're already concluding. Well, they didn't do anything wrong. So it's a denial before the fact. And then, lo and behold, he dies. Then there's going to be an investigation. We're going to read on. I'm just going to warp speed myself to give you my scenario. But lo and behold, boom, the guy dies, and all of a sudden, fast forward, the investigation's over, and it was just what we said. Yeah, he committed suicide, and they will say what? And there's no evidence. This word information will turn to evidence. There's no evidence to show that any procedures or guidelines were not followed by jail staff. That's what the bitches will say. You see? Well, let us read on and find out what it really does say. Oh my God, this is how you have to do dissertation, everybody. See what's in front of you. See what's in front of you. All right, now, that was the real-time account. All right, now, and as they set it up, they said the Waller County District issued the following statement in regard to Parker's death, according to, that's what they issued at the time that he was still alive. That was their preliminary statement. So this is actually a misstatement slightly when it says the Waller County District Attorney's Office issued the following statement in regards to Parker's death. It should say they released the following statement in regard to Parker's attempted suicide, because that's what what it really does say. It talks about an attempted suicide, right? Because they even say surrounding the suicide attempt. You see? So the language on this is just is wrong. All right? on this portion. Now, then we get down here. It says, so now that was, and so they put this orange stripe here to just say that's what happened. It's kind of a look back. You know, like let's play the clip from that episode, right? So now we're over the clip. Then it goes on. Now, the procedures and guidelines include a requirement for jailers to have face-to-face observation of all prisoners at least once per hour, And this was based on the results of all of what they went through after the death of Sandra Bland. You see, they agreed to this as a part of their settlement with the family. If a prisoner is known to be assaultive, potentially suicidal, mentally ill, or has demonstrated bizarre behavior, the observations are required to be more frequent, at least once every half hour. So Evan falls into that category because he is assaultive. If he's in there for attempted murder, did it say murder or attempted murder? He's in jail for murder and aggravated assault. All right. So he's assaultive, and has demonstrated bizarre behavior, because if you kill somebody, that's bizarre. All right. So the hour is out. Now you're supposed to go check on him at least every half hour. So this is a lie, bitch. At this time, there's no information to show. There's no information to show that any procedures or guidelines were not followed by jail staff. Well, I'm proving right now with their own shit that that is a lie. According to the Chronicle, the Waller County Jail failed to meet those standards according to a December 2018 report. A December 2018 report. And when did he come in there? Because are they referencing they failed to do that in 2018? Are they just saying that as a reference? Like in 2018 they weren't doing that. When was this guy arrested? Parker was being held for murder, but they don't tell us when his crime was. Okay, we have to click on this Houston Chronicle bullshit, and that will tell us real quick. The Jedi does his work, everybody. You gotta do your work. You must do your work. You must. Alright, death of Waller County inmate raises issues from Sandra Bland case. This is from 31 January. Photo, image. Okay, Evan and Parker is accused of killing Harry Pal, officially 36 on Wednesday. Okay, well, okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I needed. Alright, Evan Lindell Parker is accused of killing 64-year-old Harry Parnell and critically injuring 36-year-old Jose Rangel on Wednesday, January 9th of this year. Alright, that was important to find out, everybody. That was important to find out. That was important to find out. I will explain why. Because when we get down here and it says, according to the Chronicle, the Waller County Jail failed to meet those standards according to a December 2018 report. I need to make sure that that wasn't part of this case, so to speak. In other words, I needed to understand, because that implied to me in a cursory way that his crime had been committed in December. All right, and that at that time, since he's been there, they've been not meeting this. You see what I'm saying? So we pick it up from just up above it. Those procedures and guidelines include a requirement for jailers to have face-to-face observation of all prisoners at least once per hour. If a prisoner okay, and then if they demonstrate all the bullshit, then it's at least once every half hour. According to the Chronicle, these bitches failed to meet those standards according to a December report. So that report was done in December. They weren't following their shit. Now we get to January. This guy's in there, and they're still not doing their shit. But what? They rushed out in front of the bus to tell you up here, at this time, there's no information to show that any procedures or guidelines were not followed by the jail staff. That's a lie. because in December of 2018, it showed that you weren't meeting those standards. Failed to meet those standards according to a December 2018 report. I'm over it. Oh my God, I can't. Now, where jailers were supposed to check on inmates at least once per hour, it was found that jail staff exceeded that time limit by almost 2.5 hours because they were sitting on their fat lard asses. You see, they were too fat and lazy to do rounds. Where they were to check on inmates at least once every 30 minutes, it was found that the fat asses exceeded the time by 74 minutes. Similar findings were made after the July 2015 death of Queen Sandra Bland in the same jail. Sandra, 28, was found dead from hanging in her cell just 3 days after she was arrested during a traffic stop. Just a second. So this guy was on the 9th of January. So this article is from the 5th of February. So he was in there longer time than Sandra. All right. Just 3 days after she was arrested during a traffic stop, a bullshit ass traffic stop. Her death was ruled a suicide. Her family settled a wrongful death lawsuit for $1.9 million with these fat asses and the state trooper Ryan Encina, who arrested Bland, if we want to call that an arrest, was subsequently fired from the Texas Department of Public Safety, and he is no longer eligible for a job in law enforcement as a result. Speaking on Evan's death, the fat ass liars, Judge Trey Duhan told the Chronicle, quote, "All I can say is it's extremely unfortunate when it happens. Even with the best of precautions, it is always possible that somebody's intent on taking their life could be successful. All we can do is make sure we meet guidelines and do the routine checks. At this point, it looks like that was done." No, you fucking fat bitch. The Chronicle told you as the fucking 28th, goddamn it, December, that it was some bullshit in 2018. You see? And you didn't follow the guidelines because he met the requirements for a once every half hour check. You weren't doing those, and you weren't doing your 1 hour checks. And then it goes on to say here, it says where there were supposed to be checks on inmates at least once per hour, the fat asses exceeded that time by 2.5 hours. And where they were supposed to check on him every 30 minutes, which would have been him, it was found that they exceeded that time by 74 minutes. So set your fat ass up. You see how easily they lie? With truth standing right in their face, they lie. Right in their face. And he is the Waller County judge. Trey Duhan. So I'm saying, definitely some cross burning going on in his fucking past. Goddamn it, the bitch is burning him now. I can't. Wait, what's going on? Am I frozen? What's going on? Okay, that was just a transition for y'all, but my whole thing froze up right there. But I'm back. God damn it. Anyways, just to land this plane, everybody, I just want to say that this is more testimony of everything that's happening to us. The daily assault that we're under. And we're never able to let our guard down. And at the same time, it's so difficult to keep up with everything. It can be daunting to even prioritize what you're going to be most passionate and angry about, or most passionate to do something about, or to even organize, or to rectify, or to do anything, because it's every angle, because it testifies to the fact that I tell you all the time. I don't know any good white people. They don't exist. Their whole society is predicated on their evil, and that's just the truth. It's just a get along and fake and grin and pretend that we experience, and we mistake that for good ones. There's no such thing. There can't be. Because it's not like this is like one thing happening in one sector of the society in one place or something. Like, it's nationwide at all times. Doesn't matter what you're dealing with. Even just reading this article, boom, off to the left, there was this bullshit. You see, Delaware police officer caught on video repeatedly punching a black teen in the face during a drug arrest. That's in Delaware. You feel me? It doesn't matter. It's all the time. It's all of them. It's everywhere. Look, damn, if you just, Houston, chief announces plan to end the no-knock warrants after officers' lies leave 2 dead. You see, and they were definitely white, and the ones that died were black. I don't have to read it. I never saw this. I don't know anything about it, but I know it. Because I know the enemy of my people. And indeed the enemy of all humanity. You see? This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Look, police open fire on sleeping black man in locked car. You feel me? Alabama Attorney General releases video, rules police shooting of Emanick Bradford Jr. was justified. You see? It's always justified. And they continue to pick and fuck with us because we're not doing what needs to be done. You see? When something needs to be done, you don't get a choice on that. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. But all this trying to be creative and find other ways to get around the shit that you know you must do is not going to work no more. You get a flat tire. That tire's got to be changed. There's no way around that. You got to change that tire. It's flat. You're on the rim. We can talk about whether or not you're going to change it, or you're going to call AAA and they're going to tow it to somebody and they're going to change. Whatever. It's got to be changed. We're always trying to come up with some other way to not do the shit that we should be doing. Then on top of it, while they continue to, I'll just scan down as I'm talking. I'm actually ending the video. But I'll just scan down and it'll make my point for me clearly. But while they're doing all this bullshit, at the same time, they are pushing this fall in love with their ass bullshit. Everybody's supposed to be in love with their bitch ass, and every commercial is interracial. You see? Everything on TV, all of it. You know? Then they add this LBGT shit to your suffrage and struggle, so they never have to deal directly with the black man and woman and reconcile what's going on with you. Because once you get rid of everybody else and say, no, you're not no ally, you're not with us, we don't need you, go over there and fight your own shit on your own, we're dealing with this over here, this is a family issue, then you begin to understand how it becomes, that's how you put more pressure on them when you talk about things like reparations, you understand? Because as long as you got other people standing with you, then this devil will always use the excuse of, well, if I give you that, then what about them? And what about, no, fuck that. That's why you can't have anybody with you. Nobody. We can't allow nobody to try and join our shit because nobody's stuff is equal to ours. And we're not interested in nobody else's shit. Because whatever they're going to bring, it looks like a paper cut next to our shit. It's a paper cut. It means nothing. You understand? But here they come with their interracial bullshit. I think that we will do this as we go out. Because I always tell you guys, I'm possessed by those who came before me. I'm the same as them. My whole life has proven that to me and continues to prove it to me. I want you to hear my hero. And he could speak this right now on this day in 2019, and this devil would be saying the same shit they were saying then. And what he's, let's go to that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now I want you to hear this, because I say the same thing, everybody. I've just got my own words that come out of my soul. But this is the same shit. In the case of Dan Gasby and his pinche caballo, I've told you, not just with him, but anytime you have those relationships, there can't be love. There can't be. There can't be. But you have to throw out this fictional definition that you've been given of love. Then once you know what love is, you go, oh, well, then you'll know what I know. And you'll be sure about it. You go, well, that can't be there. Because it can't. You see? Hear this now.
He's without doubt the most beautiful and complete athlete I've ever seen. To others, he's a political leader, a figurehead in the battle between black and white. And yet to more people who care little about sport and even less about politics, he's one of the world's great entertainers. A character, a comedian, and a sometime poet. Here he is in all his splendor. Ladies and gentlemen, Muhammad Ali.
I love this brother so much, it's not even possible to express it in words. I love him. You understand? And I give thanks and praise to Allah that I was able to meet him in my lifetime when he was here, you know. But at the core of my love for Muhammad is he represents everything that I represent. And that is righteousness to the fucking core. That he will speak the truth even when it's not popular and when likely nobody else would. Money means not a damn to him. Fame, popularity, none of that bullshit matters. It was all about his people, the truth, and what was right, and telling it. And black only, and not giving a fuck what white folks thought. Because that's a big thing my people need to get over. You need to be over we don't care what they think or what they say. It means nothing. We're over it. It's noise. It's white noise. Like, pun intended. Excuse me. Fuck all that. It's like when I showed you guys the clip from the Sister Circle. You got 4 black women up there, no fucking white people in sight, and they gotta tiptoe around their language because Massa could be watching. I don't live my life like that. Ever. You understand? And you see how I speak even when I just speak in general. I'm speaking the damn truth. I'm not wasting my time to stop my words and use words that will appease, though I don't give a fuck. I'm here. I'm an African. I'm here for African people. That's who I'm for and about. Nothing else matters to me. Hear this, brother, now. This is a king. Do you understand? This is a king. Behold the king.
Black people must do something for themselves and not always beg white people to move in the neighborhoods, but clean their own neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All
Right.
being together.
Right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I want to pause and say this, because I notice anytime you watch stuff like this, or Malcolm, or any of them, they're talking to newspaper people, they're doing interviews, they're on television, whatever, and they just spoke it. Why don't we hear black people speaking like this in public now? Like, it was just on the table. Like, this is what it is. You see? And my question is really rhetorical to you because I know what the reason is. Because you are dealing with a denialist ass fucking people. So, to them, ignoring it means it's settled. Nah, it's not. It's not. And this is why I have a lot of problem. You know, we don't even have the luxury, because we're not citizens of this bitch anyway, and we don't give a fuck about it. We don't have the luxury. I call it luxury, because it really would be a luxury. We don't have the luxury of giving a fuck about Me Too. We don't have the luxury of giving a fuck about any other fucking hashtag that's out there. You understand? We don't have. We've been a hashtag in this bitch since before 1619. We just don't have time. We just don't have time. But you see, he brings the subject. He goes, so if you're so interested in all this integration, so I guess that comes with interracial marriage too, huh? You some say integration marriage, and is that's what you're saying too? You see? And then he just tells the truth. That's it. Hear this now, because this applies right now. That's what I want you to understand. You forget that Muhammad has passed away. Forget that. He's still living. And this is live television, and you're sitting down and watching it right now in 2019. You go, oh, just turn the TV on. Oh, Muhammad Ali speaking. Okay, let me see what he's saying.
I'm sure
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people. No, this is the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. And you don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it.
Gonna take it back a skosh for context.
Half brown, kinky haired black people. I'm sure and not always beg white people to move in the neighborhoods, but clean their own neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All been together.
Right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people. I'm sure
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people.
You hear this bitch? He goes, "I wouldn't object to it," but Muhammad don't let that go by. Because what? Truth is his pursuit, and he's invested in it. It's a part of his very DNA. He can't be without it. So that just wouldn't go past him when this dude goes, "Well, I wouldn't." So Muhammad deals with that. It's as natural for us as breathing, do you understand? And when you can't get it out, it's like somebody has a fucking plastic bag over your nose and mouth. I need you to really hear that. But let's go on now. Hear this. Remember, like I say, this is live. You just sat down to watch it right now. You just came in.
Head black people.
I'm sure I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people. No, this is the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. And you don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You're on the show, and you got to say that. But
that's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you. You see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think.
What I tell you, we're not like these fucking people. Stop buying into this. Well, we're all the same. We all bleed the same. Bitch, cut a lion next to me. The bitch is bleeding just like me. Oh my God, is that blood I see coming out of that lion's head? Huh? So that's a mute. It's a throwaway statement. You see? And Muhammad is saying, no, whoa, devil. We're not the same. Hear this.
Because I don't think I'm any different from you. You see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society.
You see, and they're clinging to that. Like, I'm just like you. You see, it's kind of like when you see a little kid, especially like a little boy, even a little girl, but I use little boy, and maybe there's maybe it's his older brother, or something like that, and his brother's tall and he's fast. Maybe his brother runs track or something, and you always have little boys. You can just see their mind working if you're just sitting on the couch watching them, and they say. And then they look at you and go, I'm fast like him, huh? Because they want your validation. You go, yeah, man, you just as fast as him. Because they see that and they go, well, they're starting to feel like it's an inspiration. Because I tell you, children don't have jealousy. So don't misinterpret it as jealousy. It's like a realization that I'm not as tall. I'm not that fast. But I want to be. So then they look at you and go, I'm fast just like, we'll just call the older kid Kareem. I'm fast like Kareem, huh? Yeah, ma'am, you know you fast like Kareem. You know it, man. Yeah. You see? And you give them that encouragement. So I use that analogy because that's what you're dealing with this devil. Well, we're the same. They need that. Because they are truly the experts on our history. You see? We're experts on the shit that we found and the shit that we create now. And what's available. But there's so much of it that we don't know. But they know. And we can see now. When you start testing the points, point by point, no matter what you're dealing with, left and right, you start to see, we out excel their ass in every category of existence. You see? So they need that. We're the same, huh? You see? And they want you to say, yeah, you're just like me. We're all the same. That's the worst thing you can say to their ass, but it's also the most gratifying thing that you can let their ears hear coming out of your mouth. They love when they hear a black person give them that validation. Because they quietly, but absolutely understand they have a problem. A problem. That they're not like humanity. We don't know what they are or where the fuck they came from. But they need that. Goes back to little boy. I'm fast like Kareem, huh? Yeah, man, you are. They want that. You see? So that's why he says, no, we're the same. You see, but Muhammad denies him and says, no, we're not the same. Which would be devastating to this Cocker Spaniel sitting there talking to Muhammad. Because here you have this handsome, well, in his words, pretty stallion sitting there. Look at our beautiful king. Behold, my people. Behold our beautiful king. Behold. You see? And what did the devil say when he was given the accolade before he came out? We're at 120. Got to hear that. Hear this. Hear this. Hear this introduction.
He's without doubt the most beautiful and complete athlete I've ever seen.
Boom. That's all I need to make my case. And then he goes on with all the other accolade and whatever. But that's all I needed. You see? So he's devastated. Hear this.
I don't think I'm any different from you.
I don't think I'm any different from you. And then Muhammad says, what?
You see.
We much different.
Yeah, we much different. Like, sorry to tell you, I'm from Kentucky and everything, and I know you need that I know you need that fantasy and everything, and I hate to crush your little dream and everything. You know what I'm saying? Seeing as how you look like a Springer Spaniel anyway, but just, we not the same. You know what I'm saying? We much different, you see. But I tell you all the time, everybody, your maker has communicated to mankind. He has said, I have made you of many tribes and nations, that you may know one another. Now, if we had been the same, Allah would have communicated that. But he has made distinction for us of everything he has created. You see? Hear this.
I don't think I'm any different from you see.
We much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. And we're all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No.
Boom. You see, listen, you can have this conversation in your grocery store, the bus stop, your doctor's office, anywhere you encounter them. This is their same tired ass line to a person, man, woman, or child. You see? And then what do they say now? Well, it's the elite trying to separate us. No, it's your ass. You're just like the elite. You are the fucking elite. You see? Only difference in you and them is your damn job description. That's all. You the same. But what does he say? I think it's society that's made us like that. It's society. Blame some abstract, non-punchable, cuss-outable ass, floating ass, ghostly entity. Well, it's society that said it. Oh, bitch, it's your white ass that said it. You see? See this.
We all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society.
Society's made us different. No.
God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all.
We much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
No, I think society's made us different. See, he's leaning forward even. He's desperate. He needs validation. Please tell me I'm a human just like you. That I'm equal to the greatness that I see in you, that I try to deny you, but I see it and I want part of it. While I'm telling you you're not shit. Do you understand what I just said to you? So, no, it's society has said. And then I wish somebody said, well, what is society? Who is society? Who's this society? Do you have their number? Can you bring them in here? Can you call them? And there'll be no answer. Because that's a ghostly fucking throwaway ass fucking word. It means nothing in this context. Well, it's society. Yeah, it's society that's made us like that. We're the same. Please tell me we're the same. I'm fast just like Kareem, huh? Hear this.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. And we're all together.
Well, society's made us different.
Well, society's, and he says it again. Well, society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
Boom. God made us different. Now, that's the final word. You see? But not with the devil. Hear this.
No, we're just human beings.
No, we're just human beings. He just told you what God said. But he's white, so of course his word is greater than God's. Of course, everybody. You don't know that already? Muhammad Ali says, no, God said so. He goes, no, we're just human beings. Well, who created human beings, dumbass? Springer Spaniel. Oh, this is valuable. see this again now.
Because I don't think I'm any different from you see.
And by the way, once you give up and acquiesced into this lie, you give up your uniquity that has been assigned to you by the divine. Not only do you give it up, but it prevents you from seeing your own greatness. Because you tell yourself this lie every day. We're all the same. We bleed the same. We're all just one race. We're the human race. No, that's absolutely not true and anti-intellectual. Especially in today's climate of knowledge being readily available on any subject. Literally at the fingertips. Hear this and we'll go on. We'll try to go on because I know how I get.
That's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you see.
We must.
Wait, see his body language when he silenced the audience? Because he's, whoa, wait. You coming here telling me you're something different than me. I can't allow this. Watch this.
White man want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people. No, it's this.
See, I wouldn't object to it. Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of people.
What I'm trying to say is this. You don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You're on the show, and you got to say that.
Boom. Now, cue audience. Watch the body language.
No, that's not true.
Finger. No, that's not true. Stop everything. Part the waters. Wait a minute. That's not true, said the Springer Spaniel.
Why would you want to do that?
Because
that brilliant question by Muhammad. Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Why are you obsessed with doing that? Huh? See this.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you see.
Because I don't think I'm any different from you, you see.
We much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
I think society's made us different.
We're different. And we're all together.
But society's made us different.
He repeats it again. Society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings.
No, we're just human beings. Please tell me I'm just like you.
He made all of us.
We all, listen,
and he made all of us. You see?
Beings he made all of us.
We all, listen, bluebirds fly with bluebirds, red birds on be with red birds. Listen, tell me when I'm wrong.
Tell me when I'm wrong. What do I tell you? Stop the video when I lie, goddammit. Stop the video when I lie. What did Muhammad say? Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm wrong.
Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons.
But
tell me when I'm wrong. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzes.
Perfect. I love that because think about that, everybody. You see, that's why I say you want to hide something, put it right out in the open. You're not using your brain, my people. You're allowing your very existence and your perception of being a human being and existing as a created being. You're allowing that whole picture and that whole experience to be dictated to you. Stop it. You grab the camera and you film your own fucking movie and you direct that bitch. Think about it. The Springer Spaniel says, well, because we have intellect. We have intellect. Now, if the animals don't have any intellect, then we should see random acts of intermingling, shouldn't we? Well, because how does the turtle know not to go over and mingle with the penguin? He's got no intellect. Huh? Why isn't that bluebird going over and hollering at the robin? He's got no intellect. Why isn't he over there? Why isn't the cat shacking up with the fucking German Shepherd and all of it? They got no intellect. We should see random intermingling amongst these creatures. Bumblebees should be with goddammit wasps, and praying mantis should be with crickets and all of it. But yet, we don't see it. Here you have intellect, and creation is outdoing your ass. 'Cause why? Creation submits to what is ordained by the one that created it. I always tell you, creation is not for decoration, everybody. It's for information. You see? Allah is not just decorating. Oh, this will be cute over there in the corner. Here, quick, put that mountain over there. That'll look great. Oh, that's feng shui. No. Every single thing, down to the atom, is divine and perfect in its very existence, and it's here for your ass. I need you to really get your mind around what I just said to you.
Bluebirds with bluebirds, they all are birds than them, right? We should have, they don't have intelligence. Birds won't be a red birds. Listen.
All of them.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons. Tell me when I'm wrong. We should have. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Right?
He's got no answer for that. And the truth is so evident. You hear the crowd responding, because it was an aha for them.
We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Right?
You see the delay as they got it? It was an aha. And it shut up the Springer Spaniel. See how, hear and watch when he makes that point. The Springer Spaniel has been shut up. The audience laughs and gets it and then claps because it's an aha. You're witnessing the pathology of a aha moment.
Stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards.
And then they clap.
Right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they've got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
the bluebird like to fly around the trees and the grass.
Certain problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There was certain...
Right. We have the problems too.
No,
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud holding their children.
Huh? And this is a man who had traveled, you see? And of course this was then, but now they proud. Because they're being reinforced to think that this is something you should be proud of. But Allah has already covered that because He's already communicated to us saying that which is wicked will seem normal to them. That which is wicked will seem normal to them. Hear this.
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud holding their children.
That's because society...
And going out.
That's society's fault. We've got to educate people around it.
That's society's fault. We've got to educate people around this. No. You don't need to educate nobody. When they're doing what comes natural to them, there's no education needed. You see? That's when it becomes influence. You see? And that's when you begin to muddy it up and sabotage and add sorcery. I don't need no education. I know what comes natural for me.
Walking around proud holding their children.
That's because
and
society...
going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around it.
Well, life is too short for me to be catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go and be my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble.
I love it.
I ain't got no trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't
Amen.
no one woman that good.
Ain't no one woman that good. I love you, Muhammad. Allahu Akbar.
I don't have no trouble. I ain't got no trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
And then also notice, and this is anything you watch it when you see him speak, he look right in the eye and tell it. Right in their eye and tell it. That's the way the truth should be delivered. You understand? Without any hesitation, without fear. Don't even hiccup.
That much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
I understand, yeah. I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that
It ain't sad.
It's sad. You see? And nowadays they say you're close-minded, or you're I don't know, they come up with a fucking label. They'll put any label on wickedness to try to make it righteousness. You understand? Wickedness can never become righteousness, everybody, and righteousness can never become wicked. They are mutually fucking exclusive. It's either right or it's goddamn it wrong. There is no middle ground. Receive that.
One woman that good. You understand?
I understand, yeah. I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that
It ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him.
Boom. It's sad because I want my child to look like me. You see? Meanwhile, you got this motherfucker toasting to fucking light-skinned babies and all of it, huh?
To go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
I understand, yeah. I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that
It ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity.
Boom. Man, you only wonder if he hadn't gotten that damn Parkinson's disease, dude. You just wonder, what would this brother be saying now? What would he have been saying all these years, quite frankly? Oh, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that
It ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love Chinese. They love the little slanted-eyed, pretty brown-skinned babies. Pakistanis love their culture. Jewish people love their culture. A lot of Catholics, they want to marry a number of Catholics. They want the religion to stay the same. Who want to spot up yourself and kill your race?
Boom.
You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when he made us all like we were.
I love it. And you can see he's just crushed as he sits there because he's got no comeback for it. No comeback. This truth is devastating. Devastating. Watch him.
Kill your race. You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when he made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
That's a philosophy of despair. As if you need to intermingle with they white ass. Nah. This man is proclaiming his beauty. He understands who he is, and he's proud of it. And this is devastating. You see? And we need to instill this in our children now. Forget telling them Muhammad Ali was a great boxer. Throw that out. They don't even need to know he was a boxer. This is the shit they need to know. You need to instill self-pride in our children. Because once they have that, then they don't end up on all the headlines proclaiming and toasting to light-skinned babies with some fucking meth-ass bitch. You understand?
Kill your race. You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when he made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
Despair.
I really do.
It ain't no
Yeah?
despair. Number one, can't no woman. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I want to tell you. Listen, no woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman.
And he's making it even more specific. You feel me? Because he... And I have to go with them. Because whereas if I marry a sister from another country, but she is a sister, but I can't even say that now because, you know, like I say, information is readily available, and there's more of a chance that she has had the same experience and absolutely can relate, and you, etc. But I'm just saying, forget that. Throw that out. Just keep it to what Muhammad is saying there. He's saying that now, not even a black woman from another country can understand me the way it has to be a black American black woman. That's going to be like the quintessence of what is going to really feel me. You understand? And I have to agree with that. I have to. I always tell you, opinions and feelings be damned, everybody. We're not interested. It's about the truth. What is the truth of it?
Number one, can't no woman. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I want to tell you. Listen, no woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, at last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman.
And last is a white woman.
Talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, and last is a white woman.
And last is a white woman. Like, definitely not a white heifer. Like, not her ass.
Can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we in love and you emotionally in love. And
See?
physically, but really they're not happy because she's on.
Really not happy. What he's really saying is that love can't be there. It can't. You see, but he's not going to go in that. He's not going to go that deep. His point is made, and then he will take a little route to, because you know Muhammad was very funny, so he throws a little bit of humor in there, but he's saying exactly the same thing I'm telling you. No, they ain't happy. They can't be. You see what I'm saying? There's no love there. It doesn't dwell there. And what I say in 2019, I say, can there be friendship? Sure, we have no problem with that. That can exist. You see? Can there be camaraderie? You know? And what do you call that? When somebody is, you know, it's like, what's the word? Companionship. Allahu Akbar. All knowledge is with Allah. Allahu Akbar. Anyways, can there be companionship? You see, that can exist. You see? Because we see that in nature. You see? You see, cats always feel like they got to clean everything. So they are on top of the dog, and they're licking the fur and cleaning it and licking like with their bad ass. You see? So there's camaraderie there. There's companionship there. You see? There's friendship even. They play together. But it ends. That cat don't ever acquiesce from being a cat. That dog don't ever acquiesce from being a dog. And dogs mate with dogs, and cats mate with goddammit cats. I love this brother so much. My God. He's me, dude. He is me. He speaks for me. He breathes for me.
No woman, at last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's gonna hear some Puerto Rican music, he's gonna hear some Chinese music. And they're gonna be
just like down to the basics, you feel me? It's like when I brought you the Sister Circle clip and Tracy was saying after she had, she goes, because I played in the snow. I played in the snow. With her rolling her damn words, you see? And then she said, and I paused the video when she goes, but we have so much more in common. Her eyes lit up as like, whoo, I found the magic fucking numbers to the lottery. And she articulated with her body language, but we have so much more in common. Now that she was dating somebody of her own, you see what I'm saying? Yes, she understand what an ashy knee is. You see what I'm saying? When that brother is trying to holler up on her and everything, but goddamn it, it's a little ashy. You see, it's all good. It's all good. And so, but he uses the music and the other stuff as the metaphorical things to say, no, because she want to hear some Puerto Rican music, he want to hear some Chinese music, and it's just, you see, you can't have that harmony. And one of the many, infinitely many requisites of love is there has to be harmony. Harmony. Your heart plays the same notes that mine plays. That can't exist outside of your own, and definitely not with the oppressor and the murderer and the incarcerator of your people.
Can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, at last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's gonna hear some Puerto Rican music, he's gonna hear some Chinese music. And they're gonna be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own.
You can do what you want, but it's nature to be with your own. To be with your own. To be with your own. Don't bring me toasting to light-skinned babies, bitch.
The way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's gonna hear some Puerto Rican music, he's gonna hear some Chinese music. And they're gonna be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own. I want to be with my own. I love my people. That's all. I don't hate nobody.
I love it. He goes, that's all. He said, I love my own. I don't hate nobody. You see? But I always tell you, to their ears, this feels like oppression. You see? They're devastated. You see? Black love does not mean white hate. You see? It only becomes a problem when they get in your face, start nagging you like a fucking 3-year-old little fucking snotty ketchup-faced little fucking kid. Well, what do you mean you're racist? You're not in this. We're all one. You just shut your bitch ass up. I love me. You see? You're trying to make it about you. I love it. He says, I love my people.
It's nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own. I want to be with my own. I love my people. That's all. I don't hate nobody.
Wow. So, everybody, I just, like I said, I wanted to bring the Dan to clear up the piece that let you know that there is no Bravo reality show. You see, even though I think I laid a very cogent and reasonable analysis of why there probably had been at least some pre-production and pre-talks, etc., and then I thought it was significant to bring this thing about the dude Evan Parker, because it's the 4-year anniversario of the death of Sandra Bland, and that was just too coincidental to not address. I had to do that. And then this coincides with the Dan and his white whore, and my ongoing pointing out of this promotion of trying to break the black man and the black woman apart from each other and insert white bitch and white man. You see, we have to be over that. We have to be over that. Because to me, those people, the children they produce are them. Them. They will never be able to be part of a struggle or a fight or anything that we would mount to push back against the evil that's perpetrated against us. They would automatically be on the other side, because at the very least they're going to be neutral. You see, and anybody neutral is effectively our enemy at the same time. We simply can't have that. We can't. You know, we have to reject that, and we have to reject this trying to lump this alphabet people, whatever they're going through, with us, because they haven't been through any struggle. And I'm going to bring a piece to outline that. Yeah, I may do that. I may release that next. I don't know. But we'll get into that in that video. I release you back to your life for now, everybody. I'll see you soon.